We are celebrating Children's Day not only because it is celebrated or was celebrated recently worldwide, but also because Jesus considered children very important. In fact, in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 18, verse 1, at that time, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Who then is greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" These disciples, they wanted to find out how to be great and who is the greatest. And Jesus gave a surprising answer. He called a little child to him and set him in the midst of them and said, "Assuredly, I say to you, unless you are converted and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." Those are stunning words. Therefore, whoever humbles himself as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one little child like this in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believes in me to sin, it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Very interesting, the words that Jesus said. Jesus believed that children could know God intimately. The common idea among adults is that you got to grow, mature, and really understand spiritual things and come to know the Lord. Isn't that so? That's what all of us think. Jesus blew that myth. Jesus, in fact, not only stated that children could know the Lord in a real way, but he made another stunning statement. He said it is imperative for adults to become like children in order to know God. Quite the reverse of human thinking. We think children must become adults to know God. Jesus said adults must become children in order to know Him. Because when you're a child, you are humble and lowly and dependent. So Jesus said to the adults, you got to be humble and lowly and dependent if you want to know me. That makes sense. You can't come to a big person arrogantly, can you? And we know that when you're going to meet some hot shot, even if you don't like him, you will pretend humility, right? Because you know that the way to relate to a powerful person is being humble and lowly. Well, it's quite reasonable for God, who is the biggest of all, who is the creator of the universe, who is the be-all and end-all of everything, to expect human beings, no matter who they are, to come on their knees to God. And if you don't, you cannot know Him. That's the gospel. Unless you humble yourself, you can never know Jesus. Unless you break down and realize your lowly state, your sinful state, your broken state, your helpless state before God, you can never really experience Him.